unveiling the history behind the last queen of Egypt, Cleopatra.
In the grand tapestry of history, few figures captivate us like Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt. A woman of intellect, charm, and fierce determination, she ruled a land swathed in mystery and intrigue, a land synonymous with grandeur and allure, the ancient Egypt. It was a world where gods walked among mortals, where the Nile's ebb and flow dictated life, and where political machinations were as intricate as the hieroglyphs that adorned the pyramids. Cleopatra's reign, a time of intense political drama, saw her navigate this complex landscape with deft skill and shrewd diplomacy. As the last pharaoh, she symbolized the end of an era, a last bastion of a dynasty that had ruled for nearly 3,000 years. Yet she was far more than a mere symbol. She was a leader, a ruler, a queen. This is the story of Cleopatra, a woman who would become a legend. Born into the Ptolemaic dynasty, Cleopatra was destined for a life far from ordinary. She was a scion of a lineage that traced its roots back to one of Alexander the Great's generals, Ptolemy the Soter, who became pharaoh of Egypt after Alexander's death. This Hellenistic dynasty, known for its blend of Greek and Egyptian culture, set the stage for Cleopatra's upbringing. Raised in the lap of luxury in Alexandria, Cleopatra's education was as eclectic as it was comprehensive. Her tutors ensured she was well-versed in mathematics, astronomy, and philosophy. She was also taught several languages and is said to have spoken as many as 9, a testament to her extraordinary intelligence. However, Cleopatra's life was more than just royal privilege and intellectual pursuits. Her ascent to power was steeped in political intrigue and personal struggle. When her father, Ptolemy IV, passed away, he left the kingdom to Cleopatra and her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII. But ruling as a woman in a male-dominated society was no easy feat. She faced opposition from within her family and the kingdom at large. Nevertheless, Cleopatra was not one to be deterred. She was a shrewd and calculated leader, a woman of immense charisma and diplomatic acumen. She was able to navigate the treacherous waters of politics in a time and place that was unforgiving to female rulers. Her intelligence, coupled with her multilingual skills, made her a formidable diplomat. She understood that power was not just about ruling but also about fostering alliances and playing the political game with finesse. Cleopatra's early years were a crucible that shaped her into the queen she would become. They were years of learning, of struggle, and of relentless determination. They were the years that laid the foundation for her reign as the last pharaoh of Egypt, a reign that would leave an indelible mark on history. From a young age, Cleopatra was molded to rule, but her greatest challenges were yet to come. Cleopatra, now a queen, needed allies, and she found one in the most powerful man of his time, Julius Caesar. Their alliance was not just a matter of personal connection, it was a strategic partnership, a fusion of power and intelligence that would reshape the contours of the ancient world. Cleopatra and Caesar, two of the most influential figures of their time, formed an alliance that was as much about politics as it was about personal relationships. Their partnership was a testament to Cleopatra's diplomatic acumen and her ability to navigate the complex political landscape of the time. This alliance, born out of necessity and mutual benefit, had profound implications for Egypt and beyond. For Cleopatra, it was a means of securing her throne and protecting her kingdom's interests in a turbulent era. For Caesar, it offered a foothold in Egypt, a vital grain-producing region that was key to Rome's stability. Together, they formed a formidable team. Cleopatra, with her intelligence, charm, and political savvy, and Caesar, with his military might and vast resources. Their partnership was not without its challenges, yet they managed to overcome them, achieving a balance of power that was unprecedented. This alliance had a profound impact on Egypt. It brought a period of relative peace and stability, and it strengthened Egypt's position on the international stage. But it was more than that. It was a symbol of Cleopatra's ability to hold her own in a world dominated by men. It was a testament to her strength, her intelligence, and her unwavering determination to protect her kingdom at all costs. And so, their alliance became a defining moment in history. It was a strategic move that would shape the course of events, setting in motion a series of changes that would ripple across the centuries. The alliance between Cleopatra and Caesar was more than a partnership. It was a game-changer. Cleopatra and Caesar's alliance was a turning point not just for Egypt but for the world. With Caesar by her side, Cleopatra solidified her rule, but her rise to power was anything but smooth. Cleopatra's reign was a complex tapestry of political maneuvering, strategic alliances, and a constant struggle to maintain control in a world dominated by men. Her ascension to the throne of Egypt was not a given, but rather a hard-fought victory won through cunning, intelligence, and unyielding determination. Born into the Ptolemaic dynasty, Cleopatra was not initially the most likely candidate for the throne. Yet she overcame the odds using her wit and political acumen to navigate the treacherous waters of Egyptian politics. She faced numerous challenges, from internal family disputes to external threats from Rome. But Cleopatra was not one to back down from a challenge. She was a woman of great intellect, able to speak multiple languages and well-versed in the affairs of her kingdom. This, coupled with her diplomatic skills, enabled her to form crucial alliances that helped her maintain her rule. The most notable of these alliances was with Julius Caesar, the Roman general whose support was instrumental in her securing the throne. But Cleopatra's rise to power was not without its share of controversy and conflict. Her relationship with Caesar, while politically advantageous, was also a source of contention, both within Egypt and in Rome. Yet, Cleopatra deftly navigated these tumultuous waters, using her intelligence and charm to keep her enemies at bay and her allies close. Through her reign, Cleopatra faced numerous insurrections, betrayals, and power plays. Yet, she remained steadfast, refusing to be swayed by the challenges that came her way. She was a woman of immense strength and resilience, qualities that allowed her to hold on to her power in a world where women were often relegated to the sidelines. Cleopatra's reign was marked by intrigue and power plays, but through it all, she remained the last pharaoh of Egypt. Her story serves as a testament to her strength, intelligence, and unwavering determination, making her one of history's most unforgettable rulers. Cleopatra's reign was a time of great change for Egypt, but all reigns must end. The final chapter of Cleopatra's rule was as dramatic as her ascent to power. Her reign, marked by political savvy, strategic alliances, and a deep love for her land, came to a close, bringing an end to the era of pharaohs in Egypt. It was a period of transition for Egypt, as the country grappled with the loss of its last pharaoh and the dawn of a new age. Cleopatra's reign in many ways was the last vestige of an ancient world, a bridge between the past and the future. Her story, filled with power, intrigue, and the unyielding determination of a woman committed to her land, continues to captivate us centuries later. Cleopatra's story is one of power, intrigue, and a woman's determination to protect her land. She was, and remains, the last pharaoh of Egypt. The scene script. Have you ever wondered how Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, formed an alliance with Mark Antony, a Roman general? This intriguing chapter of history unfolds with the meeting of two powerful figures, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Their relationship was far from a simple romantic entanglement. It was a strategic partnership, a union of two formidable powers, aiming to consolidate their hold against the emerging Roman leadership. Cleopatra, an astute and charismatic queen, recognized the potential of an alliance with Mark Antony, Rome's influential general. Mark Antony, on the other hand, was drawn to Cleopatra's intelligence and political acumen, seeing in her a partner who could bolster his own position in Rome. Their alliance was a symphony of shared ambitions and political maneuvers. Cleopatra, eager to secure her throne and restore Egypt's former glory, found in Antony a strong ally. Antony, in turn, sought Cleopatra's wealth to finance his military campaigns. Together they formed a formidable front, challenging the rising power of Octavian, Antony's political rival in Rome. This alliance was not just about power and politics. There was also a genuine affection between them. They were partners in every sense of the word, sharing not just a throne, but also a family. Their relationship was a blend of love, respect, and mutual ambition, a rare combination in the tumultuous world of ancient politics. Yet, as history often shows us, alliances such as these are fraught with challenges. Cleopatra and Antony's partnership was no exception. Their alliance, while initially successful, soon drew the ire of Rome. Octavian, sensing a threat to his own ambitions, waged a propaganda war against them, painting Antony as a traitor bewitched by an Egyptian queen. This alliance, however, was not to last forever, and it marked the beginning of the end for Cleopatra's reign. Their shared dream of a powerful Eastern empire would ultimately lead to their downfall, setting the stage for one of the most dramatic episodes in the annals of history. So, what led to the downfall of Cleopatra and the end of ancient Egypt's era of power? Cleopatra, an icon of beauty and intelligence, found herself in a turbulent storm of political upheaval and personal tragedy. Her alliance with Mark Antony was both romantic and political, but it was also a desperate gamble to retain her kingdom's sovereignty against the ever-encroaching power of Rome. The critical juncture came with the Battle of Actium in 31 BC, a naval conflict between the forces of Cleopatra and Antony on one side, and Octavian, the future Emperor Augustus of Rome, on the other. The battle was a disastrous defeat for Cleopatra and Antony. Their once mighty fleet was decimated, and with it their hopes of maintaining control over Egypt. This defeat was not just a military one, it was a blow to the heart of Egypt. The Battle of Actium marked the end of the Ptolemaic kingdom, the last pharaonic dynasty of Egypt, and it signified the beginning of Roman dominion. Egypt, the land of the pyramids and the Sphinx, the cradle of civilization, was now in the hands of Rome. In the aftermath, Cleopatra and Antony fled back to Egypt, but their days were numbered. Rome was on their heels, and they knew they could not escape their fate. The downfall of Cleopatra was a foregone conclusion, a tragic end to a reign that had once held so much promise. Yet, even in defeat, Cleopatra remained a figure of intrigue and fascination. Her life was marked by ambition, intelligence, and a fierce determination to protect her kingdom. Her death, however, signaled the end of Egypt's independence, marking the close of a chapter in the annals of history. Cleopatra's death marked the end of an era, but it wasn't the end of her story. Her legacy would live on, influencing generations to come. The fall of Cleopatra and ancient Egypt was a pivotal moment in history, one that would shape the future of the Mediterranean world. Cleopatra's end was tragic, but what were the circumstances that led to it? Cleopatra's final chapter is shrouded in mystery, with various theories speculating on the exact cause of her death. The most popular theory, however, suggests that she died from the bite of an asp, a symbol of divine royalty. In the aftermath of the Battle of Actium, where her forces were defeated by those of Octavian, the future first emperor of Rome, Cleopatra was left with few options. Octavian was closing in, and her beloved Mark Antony had taken his own life after a false report of Cleopatra's death. The queen, known for her intelligence and political savvy, was cornered. Rather than being captured and paraded through Rome as a trophy of war, it is believed that Cleopatra chose to end her own life. The exact method is uncertain, but the tale of the asp bite has captured imaginations for over 2,000 years. Some historians suggest she used a poison, perhaps concealed in a hairpin, but the romanticism of the asp endures. Cleopatra's death marked the end of the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt. Octavian annexed Egypt into the Roman Empire, ending 300 years of Ptolemaic rule and over 2,000 years of pharaohs. Egypt's riches were absorbed into Rome, and the once great civilization became a Roman province. Cleopatra's death was not just the end of a queen, but the end of an era. A woman of immense power, charm, and intellect, she ruled as the last pharaoh of Egypt, navigating the treacherous political landscape of her time and leaving a lasting legacy. Her tragic end only adds to the allure of her story, a tale of power, romance, and political intrigue set against the backdrop of the ancient world. The echoes of her reign can still be heard today, resonating in every retelling of her life and tragic end. Though her life ended in tragedy, Cleopatra's legacy lived on. Her story continues to inspire, reminding us of a queen who ruled with wisdom and courage in a world dominated by men. Despite her tragic end, Cleopatra's spirit remains undimmed, a testament to her enduring legacy. Even after thousands of years, why does Cleopatra's name still echo in history? Cleopatra, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt, left an indelible mark on the sands of time. Her legacy is not only a tale of political power and intelligence but also a testament to her resilience and cultural influence. Cleopatra's story continues to captivate us because it is a tale of a woman who rose to power in a world dominated by men. She was a shrewd and skilled diplomat, a brilliant military tactician, and an influential leader, attributes that were rare for women of her time. Her rule was marked by significant political and societal changes, and she was revered by her subjects. Her influence extended beyond the borders of Egypt. Cleopatra's relationships with Julius Caesar and later Mark Antony, both powerful Roman leaders, further amplified her influence and power. This not only made her a key player in the Roman political landscape but also cemented her legacy as a symbol of power and intelligence. Beyond politics, Cleopatra had a profound cultural influence. She was a patron of the arts, sciences, and literature, fostering a period of significant cultural growth in Egypt. This aspect of her rule is often depicted in various forms of art and literature, making her a cultural icon. In fact, Cleopatra's representations in art and literature have played a significant role in shaping our perceptions of her. From Shakespeare's tragic heroine to Hollywood's glamorous queen, Cleopatra continues to be a source of fascination and intrigue. But perhaps the most enduring aspect of Cleopatra's legacy is her resilience. Despite numerous challenges including political upheaval, war and personal loss, she remained steadfast and determined. Her resilience in the face of adversity is a testament to her strength and determination, qualities that continue to inspire us today. Cleopatra's legacy continues to fascinate us, reminding us of a woman who rose to power in a man's world and ruled an empire. So, what have we learned about Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt? Well, we've delved into her intriguing alliance with Mark Antony, a relationship that was as political as it was romantic. Together, they sought to consolidate power, standing united against the emerging Roman leadership. Their partnership was a strategic dance of power and passion, with each seeking to bolster their influence and control. We've also journeyed through the downfall of Cleopatra in ancient Egypt. It was a series of events that led to her ultimate defeat, with the Battle of Actium being a significant turning point. This monumental conflict marked the beginning of the end for both Cleopatra and the ancient Egyptian civilization as we knew it. The consequences were far-reaching, shaking the foundations of a once mighty empire. Then, we explored the tragic end of Cleopatra. Her demise was as dramatic as her reign, a fitting end to a life lived on a grand scale. She chose to end her own life rather than surrender to her enemies, a testament to her indomitable spirit and fierce determination. Her death marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and the beginning of a new era. Finally, we illuminated the lasting legacy of Cleopatra. She was more than just a queen, she was a symbol of power, intelligence, and resilience. Even today, her influence can be seen in art, literature, and popular culture. Her life story has been told and retold, each time adding a new layer to her legend. She continues to inspire, intrigue, and captivate, her name synonymous with power and allure. Indeed, Cleopatra's story is a tapestry of love, power, and tragedy. Her life was marked by dramatic highs and lows, but through it all she remained a formidable figure, a queen who ruled with intelligence, charisma, and an iron will. Her story, filled with love, power, and tragedy, continues to captivate us, making Cleopatra one of the most enduring figures in history.